Today is a day for truth. The world needs to know what happened and to know what he stands for. That kind of power is very dangerous. Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
That's how it starts. The fever. The rage that turns good men cruel.
This Bat vigilante is like a one-man reign of terror.
You don't get to decide what the right thing is. Nobody cares about Clark Kent taking on the Batman.
This means something. It's all some people have. It's all that gives them hope.
People hate what they don't understand. Be their hero, Clark. Be their angel. Be their monument. Be anything they need you to be. Or be none of it. You don't owe this world a thing. You never did.
Do you know the oldest lie in America, Senator? The devils don't come from hell beneath us. They come from the sky.
20 years in Gotham. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way? He has the power to wipe out the entire human race. And we have to destroy him. You're gonna go to war. He is not our enemy.
Black and blue. God versus man. Day versus night. The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So this is going to be my breakdown of the Batman vs Superman footage. I know the Suicide Squad trailer leaked too. This is like the Batman vs Superman trailer they showed in Hall H. They also showed that Suicide Squad footage, but they've been pulling it down, so I can't post any of the Suicide Squad stuff. So I'll just talk about it after Batman vs Superman. But just a couple things right off the top. Zack Snyder clarified just a couple big things about the film. There are some big changes to comic book canon. He said the most egregious thing that he changed is that now Metropolis exists right next to Gotham City, as in like they're separated by a bay. And in the wake of Superman's battle with the other Kryptonians with Zod, it's become this, very much prosperous versus decrepit city. Like, in the wake of the attack, Gotham has fallen on hard times, like we see in the trailer, like the Wayne Financial building coming down. That's part of the thing that shakes Batman back into action. He's existed in this universe for a while. I know it seems like he's becoming the Batman for the first time, but he's actually been retired when the movie picks up. So it's like, oh shit, Kryptonian's here, we need to kill him. Like he says in the trailer, he can kill the entire human race, we have to get rid of him. So that shakes him back into action, so he goes back into training. But as much as the movie has like shots, like visual things that are totally inspired by Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns, the movie's story, like the story itself, has nothing to do with it. If you've seen the panel video that I posted, I mean, he says it outright. He just says that the story is something that we made up in a room by ourselves. It had nothing to do with the comics. But what I think is really cool is the way that they're pitting Superman and Batman against each other. It's not just two superheroes, with two different ideologies going at each other. They're also using their alter egos to do it. Batman is using his wealth as Bruce Wayne to create Batman tech to take on Superman, and Superman is using his position as a reporter at the Daily Planet to take on this Batman vigilante, air quotes. I like the way that they put that in the trailer. Batman vigilante. You have to remember that Clark Kent has no idea who the Batman is, but Batman is probably going to figure out who Clark Kent is really fast. Standing in between them is Lex Luthor with a giant kryptonite rock and Zod's body. The way they cut the trailer, it seemed kind of vague. Like, we don't know if it's the military, the US military, that has Zod's body or LexCorp, but I think that it's a LexCorp. Even though in the movie, LexCorp is a tech company. It's not like LexCorp in the comics. To be fair though, when you're like $1 billion company, you have your hands in a lot of different pies. So you could rationalize him synthesizing kryptonite, any way you want. I mean, he has $1 billion. He does whatever he feels like doing. Jesse Eisenberg is wearing a wig in this trailer. He is bald, but we might not see him actually go bald till the end of the movie. That might be something that they save. For the most part, what looks like is happening in this movie, the big conflict is going to be superhero registration. People so powerful that they could destroy the human race. They need to be controlled. So that's probably how we find out about all the other metahumans in the world. Like we find about Aquaman, all the other big superheroes that are going to become part of Justice League. Superman causing all this damage and making everyone shit their pants is going to put all these other supers on the radar. So as much as he has his own cult-like following, people that worship him as a god, he even has this security force that's taking down the Batman with Superman symbols on their arms. He is going to be the biggest antagonist of the film for probably at least the first half. What I'm expecting, based on the way that they cut this trailer, like some of the things that we saw, is that Lex Luthor will eventually become a threat so big that Batman and Superman will have to join forces. Presumably in Justice League, because I think most of this movie is going to focus on this Batman-Superman story. I know there have been a lot of rumors about Doomsday and other big villains. I'm not expecting too much of that. It seems, mostly what's going to be happening in this film is that Kryptonite will become a thing, and that people will start picking sides, either you're with Superman or you're with people like Lex Luthor. Obviously, anybody that's read a comic in the last 20 years knows that Batman is going to switch back, but I'm really interested to see Lex Luthor try to win Batman over. Like if he tries to lure Bruce Wayne in, obviously he probably doesn't know that he's Batman. But what about Gal Gadot though? It looks like she fights Superman a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell the way they cut the trailer. Sometimes the way they cut things can be deceptive. But it does look like they throw down a little bit, because she'd be one of the few people that could take him on. In the context of this universe, she's been around for a long time, so I think she's going to be an example of a well-adjusted superhero. But let me know though, what's your favorite part from the trailer, aside from seeing Wonder Woman finally kick some ass? Moving on to Suicide Squad stuff though, so biggest thing from the Suicide Squad footage is actually seeing Jared Leto's Joker. I mean, it looks dark, gritty, and awesome. And, once we get a nice, high-quality version, which hopefully they'll drop pretty soon. But for the most part, during the panel video, I posted the Suicide Squad panel, the director, David Ayer, said they're being faithful to the comics. He's talking about the classic Suicide Squad, like the 80s Suicide Squad. But they have a giant cast, though. Almost every single major Suicide Squad character that ever was. Right now, just because we don't have a lot of context, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So what's going to happen is the DC Super Flaro Legends panel, all the DC TV shows, is happening tonight. I'm going to be backstage, so I'll be live tweeting no matter what, but I don't know if I'll be able to tape it or not. They said I'm not allowed to record the screen, so we'll see. I'll do whatever I can to get footage. They're doing a Q&A panel and they're showing off a bunch of footage. So most of my videos for that stuff, like the Vixen trailer that just dropped, that'll all post tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. Seriously, the Vixen trailer is actually pretty exciting. I'll talk about the premiere and all that stuff. That's happening in August, so I'll talk about that tomorrow. But while you guys wait for that to drop, you can click here for the Batman v Superman panel in case you haven't seen it, and you can click on this second link down here for all my other Comic-Con videos. Just pretend like my hand is pointing up and down on the screen here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.